All right, Corbs, we got through a lot in this show, number one. But I really want to how can I not be with a former British and Irish Lion and England player without getting into some of that international rugby that's been going on at the moment, whether that's been in the Autumn Nations series, of course, talking about the Eagles as well. But the Eagles are doing well, coming up to number 15 in the world. But I want to talk about number one in the world, South Africa. South Africa are deemed the best team out there. Maybe for a variety of reasons, but I want to understand, mate, from you, like why? Why are the Springboks the number one team in the world?
Well, first off, what I want to say is, a lot of time their World Cups speak for themselves, and teams they got the moniker the best tournament team in the world. But I think they're disproving that and actually showing that they are the best all-round rugby side in the world. And why do I believe that? Results speak for themselves. Obviously 1-1 with Ireland in the summer, but then won the Rugby Championship, back-to-back wins over the All Blacks. But then on the field, the combination of the rugby they're playing is the best it's ever been. For a team that has been holding the top mantle for a while, to be continuing on an upward trajectory is very, very exciting. And so for me with South Africa, it all starts with the forwards. Physicality,
they're enormous,
big direct carriers, rock solid set piece. They've got the most dominant scrum in world rugby because they have 3 deep of international top level scrummaging front rows,
and like
where you'd say 3 deep, where they could put them in almost any team in the world, and there'd be a strong chance they'd either be starters or bench in that team. At least 3 deep. You could go deeper, but I think 3 rock-solid bomb squads that you'd be very happy with at international rugby. The biggest locks and back 5 in world rugby collective. They like to play almost 3 locks across their team. It's part of their MO, and with the players they have, they're blessed for that. That means as well that their line out is phenomenal. You've got great height, great options, well drilled, a strong maul, good defensive principles at the maul and the set piece as well. You then layer that with the attack. They've always had a great kicking game, always had great structure, pressure, territory, but now they have the expansive rugby too. They have power in the centres. They have distributors at 10 and 15, and they have absolute finishers on the wing. And they, again, have built tons of depth through this side. They went against Scotland, played a B side, pretty much. You could argue, and won. Then loaded the A team for England at Twickenham.
Did the job.
Did the win. Yeah. They are setting the standard for where world rugby is. Their defense is rock solid as well. They're physical, pressure, line speed-based team, and just the repeat efforts and the amount of tackles they have got big men making over and over again. And then that ability to bring the bomb squad in around 40 to 50 mark and just load a whole new set of forwards. I don't even count the bomb squad as just the front row. You get like 2 more locks and another back row at least, or 1 more lock and 2 more back rows. Like that forward reinforcement is just too much for teams to handle in the second half of
Question for you, though. Is there anyone you feel in the Northern Hemisphere side of things that could go toe-to-toe with them? Yes, Ireland, maybe, but they've had a little bit of restructure. The likes of a Johnny Sexton, they miss him, you could say. France, they're not coming up against France in this series in the autumn. But, is there anyone better than them at all?
The only team, I think, in the Northern Hemisphere that I think has a decent chance is France. And Ireland always have a chance because the rugby they play, the tries they can score, but they're going to get out-muscled by South Africa. There's just no bones about it. Their set piece isn't able to hold up because of the physical imbalances in what's going on there. The styles can make it up and make it competitive, but that worries me. France have the size.
Yeah,
France have the cattle. They can load a pack that can go blow for blow. Right now, they don't probably have the depth in front row scrummagers. And as you see, in one injury on the weekend leaves them a little bit punished. But the fact that France have the size to handle them in the forwards. They have the kicking game with Dupont and everyone to handle the sort of strategic play. And probably the question mark is their defense. They're probably the Northern Hemisphere team that I think has the best shot because they can handle the physical onslaught of what's coming and match size for size.
It's interesting. These tackling topics, man. I'm going to put you on the spot more than once. I'm sure.
Here for it.